Welcome to this video on signals and UI in Godot. My name is Matthew. Let's get started. So in order to make the HUD change, we need a way of communicating to the HUD that some change needs to occur. And since when our HUD changes, it depends on the coin, we'll probably want to do something in the coin script. So we'll go ahead and open that up and maximize it so we can actually see. And as you can see, all we have is this function that triggers anytime a coin gets collected. So I'm going to enter down and create what's known as a signal. And I'll just call it update lives, because that's what the signal is going to do. Now I need a means of emitting that signal, which conveniently we can do by calling the emit underscore signal function, and then pass in the name of my signal. So make sure you surround it with quotes. Once we have that, we'll go ahead and save and switch back into our game view. And it might be helpful to unfull screen so we can actually see what's going on. And now notice here in the node tab of our coin, we can see our update lives signal that we just created. So this is what we're going to send to the HUD. But first, the HUD needs a script. So I'll go ahead and create that. Just keep it at the defaults, maximize so we can see what we're doing. And I don't really need any of this, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Once we have that, we're just going to leave it for now. The reason why we're going to leave it is because we're going to do something with that signal that creates a function for us. So to do that, let's head back into our game view, unmaximize so we can see, click on coin, and then click on the node tab, and once click on this update lives. You can either double click or hit this connect button. This is where we tell the signal to go. In this case, since we want to update the HUD, it would make the most sense to send the signal to the HUD. And now notice we're in the HUD script, and this function was added, this onCoin update lives, which means anytime the signal gets emitted, this function gets called. So I'm going to delete this pass call and go ahead and create a variable that will hold the current amount of lives. So I'll just call it current lives. Now to actually get that, we need to refer to the label that we created in our HUD. And we can do that by hitting $life container and then clicking on this number. So it automatically fills in for us. And then we need to add text, because that's where the number is actually stored, in this text field. Once we have that, we also need to keep in mind that that's going to come in as a string, but we want current lives to be an int. So as you'll see, I can just add int parentheses around what we just added. So once we have that, now we actually need to subtract 1. So I'm going to refer to the text field of the number label again, just like I did before. So .text, and then equals my current lives that I just found in the above line minus 1. But now we kind of need to do the opposite of what we were doing before, because this current lives minus 1 is going to come in as an integer, but the .text is expecting a string. Thankfully, we can do this by just typing in str and surrounding it with parentheses. That converts it to a string. So I'll go ahead and save, and now we can head back to our game view. We're going to unmaximize and go ahead and run it. As you can see, notice up we have 3 lives. I collect this coin, and now it is 2. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. What we covered, to summarize, is how we can use signals in Godot to change HUD elements whenever something within our game happens. And in the future, we can also look at using these signals for other things, such as keeping a score or any other events that need to happen as a result of something happening in-game. So, with that being said, that's all I have for this tutorial, so good luck on developing your game.